I don't know if I could believe this story because they didn't tell me what the book was that it replaced, but apparently your man's Harry, his book called Spare, he's been everywhere, by the way, out there talking greasy about his family. I ain't mad at it. I'm here for it because the family's greasy. They've been greasy. That monarchy is greasy, all them bald and greasy. And they let Diana get killed. And I ain't forgive them since that. Not that I had a stake in it at all, but I ain't mad at them. A lot of people mad though. They big mad.
They didn't like when he was messing with that beige man. That's what broke the
what beige man?
Diana was dating Dodi. Yeah, the Arab dude. That was when it's enough.
But then Harry said, "Hold my beer. I'm bringing home a black woman. Take that. So Spare is allegedly, I can't confirm it, even though it's a story, because journalism is dead. Spare is the fastest selling nonfiction book in the history of the world, according to Reuters and a bunch of places. Yes, 400,000 copies have been sold in the first few days. This is the fastest. Now, Harry Potter, I think, is the fastest selling book. Yeah, but that's fiction. Nonfiction is supposed to be true, right? Fiction. Maybe the Bible is the fastest. Maybe it beat out the Bible. I don't know, because every story didn't tell us what was the book before, which is journalism 101. I teach my students, if you're going to say something is the first or the best or whatever, you have to give the predecessor. That is basic
journalism.
Oh my God.
They're trying so bad to discredit him with this. Why would this would never happen? They would never be this way show any racism. They would never. They're trying to credit the book and say it's not true, which makes it even more true. So,
well, here's what I know. Harry's a Virgo. I know a lot of Virgos. They don't tend to be like, they pretty much gonna tell you they don't give a F. Like, they're gonna tell you what needs to be told. You ain't got to like it. They don't care if you like it. So I'm gonna probably say Harry's telling the truth. I'm gonna say his raggedy ass greasy family's lying. They've been lying their whole lives, and they profited off of slavery. I'm going way back, but yeah, and the Queen was, I'm gonna say less because she's not here, but y'all know. I'm gonna say he's telling the truth, and we watched it play out. We know his brother and his horrible ass crusty stepmother. So Guinness Book, of course, put it out there. But when you go to AP or Reuters or any of the articles, like, nobody tells you who his book is the fastest selling nonfiction book in the history, according to Guinness Book. And of course they have on their site, because Guinness Book is more legit, obviously, than any journalist. So I was just curious why they wouldn't put it in, because I always teach my students, when you write a story about the first, and that's literally an assignment, early when I used to teach basic reporting, you got to give the replacing, it's the number one replacing, which held that spot for however many weeks. Got to do that. None of the stories had it. So Michael Harriot, I tweeted out, journalism's trash, Michael Harriot's like, yes. And he did, of course, he's a journalist. So he told me who was the second person, the person that was in number one before Prince Harry's book Spare beat this book. And it was Hillary Clinton's book, which so his sold 400,000. Hers did, I think, 200,000 or 300,000 for Simon & Schuster. And I remember that because I was there at the time. So that was the fastest selling book of all times, nonfiction. Harry now has beaten her out. Did either of you plan on reading or buying this book?
So that's a great question, because I'm trying to figure out, he's been telling all. So is there a need? Because I caught both interviews where he told all.
Right.
So is there really a need?
Unless I guess you don't get the cocaine, you don't get the there's details, and then there's a whole ass documentary where whatever wasn't told in the books, I guess you get to see that play out. But I'm sure there's stuff in there. Yeah, I'm
sure. And the interview, I thought the interview was compelling. I didn't.
Which one?
With, Anderson Cooper. I thought it was pretty decent. It was, I didn't know much, because I don't really follow them, but that was very informative. That was everything that I didn't know. He scuffled with his brother. He hasn't talked to his father in ages. him and his brother. I love him dearly, but they haven't talked in a while.
And he's bald. He's way balder than me. It was some shadiness in there.
It was. So I was like, oh, this is interesting. But Book, okay. I don't know.
Can't you get a red hair implants? You can't get. You are the prince. You can't get implants with red, or they don't do red hair.
What? Who are you talking about? Harry or the brother?
Brother, you can't.
William is not a redhead.
Yeah, he's not a redhead.
He's blonde, like his mama.
But he could get that fixed, right? You got to.
Why?
It's a look. I think it's a look.
Yeah. I think he's going for that. Did you see Shaq? Did you see Shaq get he called it a Stephen A. Shaq? Where he did his hairline.
The pushback. He got the pushback.
I said, oh man. I can't bring it up, but it's hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah, but I peeped what's the guy, what's his brother's Harry's brother, who is William, his wife. Now I've seen some memes where they say she now is taking on the look of Meghan, like the style and the hair. I was like, well, that's fascinating. I mean, they look very similar. Like that's why I don't understand how she caught.
Well, he even said my wife doesn't look like a black person.
Yeah,
but so I didn't really know that this was going to be a thing. So I was wondering, like, you even know?
Yeah. Yeah. How did she catch so much heat? She could have passed.
Compton. It's Compton.
Yeah.
They tried it. That's how racist. You know how racist you got to be to paint her as like coming from this gang-strewn area of Compton. It's like y'all are trying really hard. This woman has worked hard to not be black. Y'all are really working hard. Give her grace. I mean, damn.
A rusty 38 in her purse trying to get in the club. That's never happened.
Comes from this gang family.